Strawberries perform best in their third year, and after that, they start to decline rapidly. Does that mean we have to buy new strawberry plants every 3 years? No. In this video, I'm going to show you how you never have to buy strawberry plants more than once. That's where these runners come in. They might seem annoying, but they are invaluable in strawberry propagation. That being said, you want to cut them off until July. You want to put more energy into the mother plant, especially on first year plants. Then after July, you want to just let them grow, and each one of these baby plants along the runner will form a new mother plant. Now there's several ways to do this process depending on how you're growing them. Now all of them are almost 100% effective because you have the mother plant supporting it while it grows roots to sustain itself. So you don't want to cut off the lifeline to the mother until it has roots of its own. If you're growing them in the ground, they will naturally spread and root themselves in. Your job in this situation is to watch them and make sure they don't choke each other out. You want them to spread, but you only want them to take root every 8 inches or so. So just keep an eye on the patch, let the runners root. Then in the fall, when they start to go dormant and lose their leaves, cut the stems connecting them and dig up all excess plants, leaving 8 inches of space between the ones you leave in the ground. You can always plant the ones you take out somewhere else. I'm going to do that right here in the path. I can't fit any more in this bed, so I'm going to let them root here in the path and dig them all up and move them to another bed once they've rooted, which will probably be about 4 weeks from now. I'm just going to throw down a bit of potting soil to create a soft base, water the area well and keep it that way. Lightly cover them with mulch like straw or pine shavings. That will help keep the environment moist and speed root production. You still want to see leaves poking through though. I'll check on them in a few weeks to see if they have roots. If they do, I'll cut the stem connecting them to the mother plant and plant it in its new home. If you're growing strawberries in containers, it's a different story. A lot of times there's no room in the container to tuck in more strawberries, and unless the container is sitting on the soil, you're going to have to bring the soil to it. Take this green stalk tower for instance. The strawberries have done so well in here for their first year. But there are lots of runners that have been created in the last 2 months since I stopped pruning them off. Now you could tuck one into each planting area and remove them later. That would probably be the most straightforward way. But there are other ways. You can bring in a new container filled with damp potting mix and sit it next to the existing one. Use a hairpin to hold the runner against the potting mix. Keep it watered, and in 4 weeks, start checking for roots. If they're there, you can sever the stem and move the plant wherever you want. Make sure when you're tacking these down, you don't bury the crown of the strawberry. That's where the leaves meet this thicker area where the roots will form. That will cause the plant to rot. It's probably the only way that this method can fail. So don't do that. So that method works great for low containers, but what about way up here on the top of the tower where there's no soil anywhere around? That's where these come in handy. Fill the baggie with damp potting mix, insert the runner into the mix, being careful not to bury the crown, and hold it in place with a hairpin. These can hang all over the place and you'll be able to see the roots forming through the bag. Once they have roots, clip them off and plant them where you want. In any of these methods, clip off all of the ones you're not using for propagation. That lets the mother focus her energy on the ones you plan to keep, getting them off to a faster and stronger start. Strawberries are perennial down to zone 4, and you can help protect them through the winter by adding a 2 to 4 inch thick layer of straw right as they're starting to go dormant. If you have a really small space garden, check out one of these videos to grow strawberries in a laundry basket or a rain gutter. I'll see you next time.